Dynamo Nation, what's going on? My name is James. It's week 12, and we're here to help you find 3 deep sleepers that you can play right now to help you get that coveted W. All 3 of these players are rostered in under 70% of leagues on my fantasy league, all being started in under 50% of lineups, and they're all outside of the top 36 in terms of percentages started for week 12. Before we get into the players, here, take a minute, take a look at our graph here. It's going to show the top 10 defenses that you want to start your wide receivers against. Starting up, we see number 1's Miami. You know, I'm not very surprised by that. They've been getting torched all season. Same with Tennessee being at number 2 there. Look down further on the list, Seattle at number 10. That's not a surprise. I'm not really surprised by any of these teams. If you are, drop a comment below if you thought one of these teams would be better than what they've done so far. And let's get into it. So our first receiver that we're going to go with, Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne is getting involved in that offense in New England. And that offense is starting to evolve. Mac Jones is getting more confidence. Kendrick Bourne, to me, he's clearly become a playmaker in that offense. So when we look at Bourne's numbers, he's the number 37 receiver being started this week. He's being started in under 50% of leagues and rostered in under 70% of leagues. So A, there's a chance that he's sitting on waivers in your league. And B, if he's not, the fact that he's not being started in more than 50% of leagues and he's outside the top 36 at receivers, there's a chance that you could probably go get Bourne relatively cheap right now. If teams aren't starting these players this late into the season, they probably, A, do not trust them, or B, have better options. And that's fine if they have better options. That gives you an opportunity to slide in, grab these players on the cheap, put them in your lineup, and muscle out some wins. So that's going to be our first player, Kendrick Bourne. Our second player, Robby Anderson. Anderson has had 12 targets the last 2 weeks, and he's got the best matchup this week when we're looking at the Miami Dolphins. So Cam has come back in. Cam's played pretty well since he's gotten that starting job back. Robby Anderson, you have to start him this week. How porous that Miami defense is, pass defense is, and how many points they're giving up to opposing receivers, he's got to be in your starting lineup. He's, again, rostered in under 70% of leagues, started in under 50% of lineups, and he's the wide receiver 49 this week right now. So Robby Anderson, again, great chance he's sitting on waivers. If he's not, how porous he's been all season, you could probably get him really, really cheap right now. Third receiver that we're going to be taking a look at, and this player has become a sneaky play. That's going to be DeAndre Carter, Washington football team. Washington plays Seattle. Seattle's on this list, number 10. So the 10th best team to start your receivers against. Carter has scored a touchdown in 3 straight weeks. He's not getting a ton of volume, but he's doing work with what he's getting. 3 straight weeks with a touchdown. I think he's a great play this week against that Seattle defense. And that defense, we're so far away from the Legion of Boom days. It's the Legion of Doom. I mean, that defense is bad. It's really bad. And it's been bad for the last few years. So Carter, another guy, wide receiver 51. And he's rostered in under 25% of leagues. He started in a little bit more. It's closer to a third of the leagues that he's actually rostered in, he's being started in. But still, he's definitely probably on waivers right now. 24% of leagues that he's rostered in, only being started in 35% of them, and the wide receiver 51 this week. Definitely DeAndre Carter, you could do a lot worse. That wide receiver 4 flex spot headed into week 12. So, Dynamo Nation, you know, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. You know, we only got a couple weeks left here in the regular season. We're going to keep flexing this stuff out. We're going to keep outworking, out-hustling, out-researching everyone else in our leagues. This is winning season. This is what we're about. We're here to win these titles. If you got some value out of this content, please consider subscribing. It helps me. It really does. It helps me find the motivation and find the energy to continue to pump out these videos for you. You know, we're up to 41, something like that, subscribers in our first month, which is amazing. Thank each and every one of you who supported this channel so far. Any like, any view, any comment, subscribe, any of that, I truly, truly appreciate it. So I wanted to take a minute at the end of this video to thank each and every one of you. If you're still here watching, I truly, truly appreciate you. So again, let's get it. Week 12, we're going to get these wins. Don't hesitate. Fire any of these guys up. They're all definitely in that wide receiver 3, 4 flex spot. So, all right, Dynamo Nation, stay safe. Have a great week. Let's get those W's, and we'll check back in. See ya.